Hello and welcome to Absolute Zero. Normally we do this as a podcast, but we're going to try this a little bit differently this time, and we're doing a video since we've got lots of cool new toys that just came out. Here we've got a few from Force Friday, which is today, some of the things we grabbed this morning and last night. I'm Anthony.
I'm Jordan.
I'm Jedi Will.
So we're going to just kind of go over some of the things we purchased and talk about our Force Friday experience. I know there's going to be a million videos on YouTube doing the same thing, but we figured we would talk about what we did, some of the joys of it. I know for me it was a pretty exciting experience. It wasn't so much about the toys that I got, which obviously I'm very excited about, but I was really just excited for the experience. It kind of brought me back to a time in my life that, I don't know, that's kind of been missing for a long time, for several years.
I mean, I haven't done the Star Wars like releases or midnight things since Episode 1. You know, I remember going to that and meeting with my friends that were already camped out there, picking up stuff before the movie came out, and I don't know, there was that whole, like, you know, it's like that Star Wars is back in our lives. There's that hype again where it's in everyone's eyes. You see commercials, there's stuff, there's ads. It's getting out there. The hype is growing. This is the first real step for the mainstream.
It's an awesome time to be a Star Wars fan.
Absolutely, man. It was pretty mad. They said Midnight Madness. They weren't kidding, man. It was madness last night, man.
Yeah, so, you know, obviously everybody's aware that a lot of different stores did events at 12:01 midnight last night. Some of the big ones were Walmart, Target, and Toys R Us. And our Target did not open at midnight last night, but our Toys R Us and our Walmart did, and had kind of special events going on. So we started off our night at Toys R Us. Figured that would be a good stop. And what time did we get there? Around 9:30?
Yeah, just about.
Yeah, so we showed up at 9:30, and there were 4 people ahead of us, so we kind of showed up with about a group of 8 or 10 of us.
Yeah.
And so we were pretty fortunate. We got to the front of the line, and the line never really got all that long, I think.
Yeah, it never got packed or anything. Everyone just kind of stayed where they were with their own little groups.
Yeah.
No one tried to crush up front or... Yeah. It was very relaxed.
So yeah, we got there a few hours early, and that put us right up front, and which worked out well. But in the last hour, maybe even the last half hour, I'd say is when the bulk of people showed up.
Yeah.
But even by the time we hit midnight, I'd say there was maybe 60 people in line.
Yeah, that seems about accurate. There was good turnout. I mean, it was more than I was expecting for our area, but I mean, it wasn't massive amount of people, you know.
Yeah, I mean, and really the thing was, for the mass amount of people that did show up, and we only had 60 compared to like maybe some bigger cities, seems like they didn't really have the things that people wanted in stock. Not even like, you know, those are the things that people were going to grab, but just like, you know, 3 3/4 inch figures, the small ones, and the Black Series. Even just being on the shelves, it was a low amount right from the get-go.
They only had like 2 cases of each.
Yeah. Well, it was interesting to see what everybody wanted. So we were fortunate because, well, Will and I think when they opened the doors, we ended up being like numbers 5 and 6 through the door to get in there.
Yeah, and then everyone else the one person grabbed a cart, and everyone else started the first 4 people started going for Legos, and the woman with the cart, we kind of like snaked around her, and she kind of stopped, and we went right for the figures, and there it was, Captain Phasma, Kylo Ren. Okay, on to Black Series 6-inch, Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
We lucked out that the 4 people that were in front of us were going for Legos, because they went straight to the Lego aisle, which meant that we were the first ones at the action figures.
First ones on the action figures.
And so when we walked up to the action figure aisle and all the hooks, the first thing I noticed was there's not much here.
Yeah, I mean, by the time you guys hit it...
all the figures were moved up to the front of the pegs and all this open space behind them. Like the 2 pegs, Captain Phasma was hanging one on each peg up at the top, and there was no other figures on those pegs.
Yeah.
Once you got the 2 Captain Phasmas, that shelf was empty.
So Captain Phasma seems like, you know, already to be a fan favorite.
Yeah.
And when we walked in, there were only 2 of the 3 3/4 inch Captain Phasmas there, and that was it. And I think everybody that was there was something that they wanted to get. And Will and I grabbed the only 2 that were there. We each got one.
So the Force was with us on Force Friday, man.
It was. We really lucked out.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I was looking for is they said the rumors were the Black Series Captain Phasma was a Toys R Us exclusive. Lo and behold, it really is like kind of like shipment 2.
Yeah.
All these figures. There's some other ones in that wave. I thought it was first wave because they showed a lot of photos of it. But I didn't get that one, but I did grab the 3 1/4 and actually opened that up just about a half hour ago. So we'll do a zoom in a little while, but I got that one. Really great sculpt, kind of like new meets old. Just 5-point articulation, really straight limbs. The blaster comes off, can attach to her hip. I mean, I'm liking it so far. This is my number 1.
It's awesome, man. I mean, it's just like the cape is almost like when Hasbro bought it, or when Kenner did their last like 90s line, but it's softer plastic.
Yeah.
But it's molded. It looks really good.
It's like draped.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was pretty excited that I was able to grab one of those. And when I was walking around the store, people saw me with it in my hand, and I was kind of getting like these looks.
The evil eyes.
Yeah, from everybody in there. They're like, "Damn it, you got one." But
well, they're just envious, man. Toys R Us really should have had a larger supply of these.
Yeah, it seemed like they had a lot of the other stuff, like secondary toys, like tons of chairs and Legos and bikes and all the big stuff. But like the stuff that for the collector's market, that was the stuff that was not there.
Yeah, I think at least at the Toys R Us we were at, if you weren't in the first 10 to 15 people through the doors, you really weren't going to get much. All of the, at least the stuff that the majority of people were after, was already picked over by the time you got in. Because I know once I walked away and had my hands full, there were people walking in, just walking up and walking away, kind of sad looking and a little bit heartbroken.
Well, it's sorry, man.
No, go.
It's just like, we met up at Walmart after we went to Toys R Us, and we went to another Walmart, and we saw a guy there with his son, who we ran into again this morning, and we had a discussion about the way Episode 1, when it did the Midnight Madness, they were stocked with figures, and everybody could get everything, and they were trading line, and there was just enough to go around for everybody to get them. And he was bringing his son so he could see what it was like, and there wasn't enough figures for everybody. And it was just, we were lucky, but I would have not been happy if I had gotten there and not been able to get a Kylo Ren figure.
Are they doing this to build the hype? Now there's like the secondary market, everyone's talking more now. Like, kids are going to tell their moms and grandmas, "Hey, if you see this, you got to get it for me."
Yeah, they're building up the need for the figures and the hunt, and they want people to go buy them. And I don't know. It's just.
But Toys R Us did have some other stuff when you rang out. We got 2 posters.
Yeah, they actually had a really nice Toys R Us exclusive poster that they were giving out.
Yeah, it's like a really hard stock. Cool. And then we also got, they did these at Star Wars Celebration. We got these Lego pieces. We'll do a zoom in on this. And it has one of the First Order Troopers on it. It says Star Wars Lego. And then on the back it says sponsored by Toys R Us, September 4th, 2015. So we'll do a close-up of that. So that was another giveaway when you rang out.
Yeah, so Jordan actually took some video right as we hit 12:01, and they opened the doors, and we got to go in. So we'll go ahead and play that video, but you'll see just how quickly
stuff vanished.
The shelves emptied out, which I'm sure obviously was the case everywhere where everybody did Force Friday. But we'll go ahead and roll that video
Play that video now. Okay, so after we got done with everything last night, we all hit the sack pretty late. And we got up this morning, met up again, and we hit up Target. Target in our area did not do the midnight release, so they opened up at normal time. We got there, and I think, well, how many people were there during doors open? 6, 7?
Yeah, we showed up just a half hour before they opened.
Yeah, and there was no one.
Yeah, because they opened at 8, so we got there at 7:30. 0 people in line. We were the first ones there.
One guy was sitting in his car, and we recognized his car from being at one of the locations the night before. We got to talking with him. And then they just let us in. They gave us, what the good thing was, they kind of gave us rules, like everyone's allowed to take whatever they want, just one item per
person.
Yeah, per person.
I truly appreciated that.
That was cool.
So that was great. And then, they told us exactly where to go. It was all the other end of the store, so we just funneled through. Their aisle was extremely stocked with 3 1/4 and Black Series. And then they all, everyone that was working there kind of joined us because there wasn't that many people, and they're like, you guys know there's a whole nother section. And we're like, what? Yeah. So all the way in the back where they do their holiday stuff or the back to school stuff, the stuff that rotates around, that was solid Star Wars. And anything that had to do with it, like bikes, bike helmets, arts and crafts, books were there, the pop dolls.
Yeah, they had lightsabers. They had more action figures back there.
Yeah, I mean, everything was jammed in this one big area. And that was good. I mean, there was actually some cool... wearable merchandise. There's some cool hoodies and stuff we saw.
And when they opened the doors, there was no mad rush. The handful of us that were there all just kind of casually walked back. There was enough stuff on the shelves where everybody was able to get what they want, and it was just fun. It was laid back. It was fun. Everybody that worked at Target was really great, and I think Target just kind of led the pack as far as all the stores we went to. They were leaps and bounds, just seemed to be better prepared and just...
Full-size BB-8 at the end of the end cap. Not painted great, but cool because it was full-size. Head was rotating, lighting up, letting off beeps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And, there was some little kids there that was actually genuine interested in Star Wars, not just dragged along.
Yeah.
One little kid was real stoked to be there.
Yeah, no, overall it was good. I think going to Target this morning was
that was number one.
That was the best opportunity to get what we need, and it was a lot of fun. So
after I left you guys, I went to the other Target, and they said the same thing to everybody. And somebody was just like, "Forget that! I'm taking all this stuff," and went to the register and had multiples of all the figures, and they let him cash out anyway. And I was talking to the cashier who was ringing me out, and he was like, he didn't really want to do the sale for him because it was against what they had told everybody going in the store, but he sold it to him anyway, so they did get a scalper over at the other store.
Yeah, people that are just wanting one for themselves and put everything else up on eBay. But like I said, at least we got in there, and I think everybody that was there this morning was able to get what they wanted.
Yeah.
So why don't we take a look at a couple things that we have here on the table? Now, this is all the stuff that I purchased. Jordan and Will each have their own haul of goodies that they brought in. I think Will actually bought the most stuff out of all of us. But so this is what I personally purchased, and we'll go ahead and just kind of take a look at some of these things. But I figured we will go ahead and look at 2 in particular and kind of open them up and take a close look. We're going to open up the awesome, super hyped BB-8
by Sphero.
That was hard to get this morning.
That was. We kind of lucked out on that one, and but fortunately, I've got mine sitting here. And then we're also going to take a look at the new snowtrooper and vehicle, which I'm kind of curious about. I really wanted this primarily because of the snowtrooper figure, which I think is amazing, and I'm really excited to open it up and see this vehicle because I don't think any of us know anything about it. It's a brand new vehicle that we've never seen before, and
I mean it's definitely going to be in the movie. We're discussing it is it going to be something from Expanded? But we saw multiple different toys with this vehicle. We saw die cast, we saw it in some play sets.
It's true.
Yeah, so
it's definitely going to be in there somewhere.
So why don't we go ahead and let's take a look at this new snowtrooper and vehicle.
Let's do it.
So let's take a look at the figure first.
Very cool looking.
Yeah, that's why I had to get this. Yeah, whoa.
It's just a Paldron on a snowtrooper, and it's like the Macquarie concept snowtrooper.
It is, and
It's really cool.
the detail on it is actually awesome. The chest armor looks so good. The helmet looks so good. It's so glossy and shiny. For that size figure, it really captures the detail really well. That's pretty awesome. You bought this one as well, right?
Yes. How do leggings feel? Are those? I mean, the little. Okay, so it's just like part of the molding of the leg.
Yeah, the duster is definitely thicker than on the Captain Phasma we were looking at earlier, and it's part of the legs, but it looks really cool and it's definitely really sturdy. The pauldron is loose. You can see it just loops around the neck. But I really like the orange pauldron on there because it really stands out against all that white.
Yeah, it's cool.
On the figure. And it comes with the new style E11 that we all see, the white one, which looks really nice. And from everything that I've seen, I think the detail that they got into that E11 for such a small scale is really awesome.
It's impressive.
Yeah, it looks really, really good. And then a snowtrooper backpack, and it's actually very reminiscent of the original snowtrooper backpack. It has the same exact shape. It has the same patterns on the side. It's very, very similar to the original snowtrooper. So that's really cool. Pretty excited about that figure.
I like that blood stripe pattern on the side of the legs there.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Pretty cool. So now let's take a look at this, because this is getting into something completely new. This,
That's wicked.
yeah, I mean this is just this is a brand new vehicle to the Star Wars universe. Something that we've never seen before. It has a landing gear on the bottom that kind of pops open so you can sit it down, and it's an open cockpit type vehicle. As you can see on the box art here, it shows them with a pretty large cannon, which you can see is here in this bag. So there's a few things here that are going to need to be assembled, but I think it's a really, really cool looking vehicle. I'm really excited to see this in the movie, to see how they built it. It's just like a practical prop that they built and is actually being used in the movie. I guess time will tell, but why don't we go ahead and we'll assemble it real quick. So here we have it, the completed new snow speeder, open cockpit, and snow trooper that comes with it. Pretty cool, pretty easy to put together. Really nice vehicle. It's very sturdy, very high quality. The detail on it is awesome. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about this. I think it's a really cool new toy. And first thing we noticed about it is actually the rocket firing mechanism, which is the real deal. That comes off with some pretty good force. And yeah, this is a pretty solid purchase. I'm pretty excited about it. Alright, and here's the one I'm definitely excited for. The new app-enabled, controlled BB-8 droid by Sphero. I saw the videos for this, and this was kind of a must-have. So, pretty excited to open this up and see it in person. The quality of the box is awesome. This is definitely not a throwaway box. Look at the artwork on there.
Yeah, the manufacturers said they wanted this to be like you're receiving a real droid. Like in the Star Wars universe, if they were shipping a new droid to someone, this is what the giant container would look like.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
The quality of this is really amazing. Cool. And there it is. Whoa. It's got a little plastic protector on it. And the first thing that stands out when I look at this is how shiny and glossy it is, and just how amazing that paint job is. It looks phenomenal.
It's really nice.
So let's go ahead and we'll pop it out. It's definitely in there. And so it comes out just the ball first, and his head is separate. There's a little plastic protective piece there. And it's definitely reminiscent of a old style computer mouse mechanism with the roller wheel.
Huh.
And of course I'm being typical and not reading the instructions, so I'm just going to assume that it just sticks on, and apparently it doesn't, so I'm going to have to read the instructions. Okay, so we figured that out. We just had to find where the magnet was, and it kind of just pops right on, and it's actually a really nice connection. Like, that's sturdy on there. But I don't know if you can really see the quality. Like, those antennas, they're so tiny and intricate. And the paint job is just incredible on this thing. It kind of feels like I'm holding a Christmas ornament, like a old antique Christmas ornament.
It's very shiny.
Yeah. So with it comes the docking station, which we don't have plugged in, but
it's highly detailed.
Yeah, so that just kind of sits in like that.
Some kind of conductive charging.
Yeah, it's wireless charging.
That's really cool.
And it comes with a USB plug-in to charge it, and a little manual with instructions, which of course we haven't read yet. And that's pretty much it. It's pretty simple. I've just started to download the app onto my phone, so hopefully this has a little bit of a charge and we can get a little bit of playtime out of it. So let's go ahead and see what it can do.
All right, so we just want to thank everyone for watching our new video. There's a new format that we're going with. We're still going to do the audio version once in a while, or we might just pull the audio version from these video ones so you can listen to it in the car or at work.
Yeah, and all of us are avid toy collectors. This is actually kind of a new realm for me, because I don't really collect much modern toys. So these are the first modern toys I've really purchased in a while. You know, there are a few exceptions here and there, but I primarily collect vintage toys. So if you like this, what we're doing, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube page so you can get updates whenever we have new videos. I'm sure we'll have some more coming out soon, probably looking at some specific lines in vintage series and some other toy series. Also, be sure to like us on Facebook, Absolute Zero Podcast. Look us up and follow us on there.
And also the same thing on Twitter.
And our website, just like it says up on the screen behind us, www.absolutezeropodcast.com. And you can also subscribe to the audio version on iTunes and other podcasting platforms.
So that's it for now.
Thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll see you again soon.
See you later.
See ya.
Thanks for listening to Absolute Zero. If you have any topics or ideas for future episodes,
or you want to send us something to review,
contact us through our website, absolutezeropodcast.com.
or check us out via Facebook at Absolute Zero Podcast.